Day 2, let's go! I've literally just woke up. Don't like the fact that these bulkheads are so far apart and there's space to move them in a bit further. Cut these off about here and add them again here. So these can go. This will make all the bars a little bit shorter and it'll give me a lot more engagement with the motors here. Can probably get away with just leaving this bit out here hanging because that's not a lot of mass. But I can then bury this gearbox in it and that's all supported as well. So I think that that's a good idea. Another thing I'm not happy with is this part of the front here. I'm not sure if that is just because of the shape of it now. Like this is just a placeholder part put in to kind of get the basic function. It's just a bit clunky. It makes the whole thing look a little bit kind of rubbish. So let's go to our top assembly and see if it's fallen over, which it will have. Deleted all the features. That's not too bad. So I need a piece that goes here. So 70. So I'll stack 2 up, I reckon. And then what I'm going to do is a cutout into this green piece here so that I can just use flat patterns and I can use the same profiles throughout. I think I'm just going to put like an aluminium bar through there and then maybe some, maybe I'll tap it or maybe I'll have some studs sticking out the end to bolt onto. Getting a bit sick of looking at that bit, so what I might do now is just move on to this weapon. This will be the range of motion of the weapon. I think it gets to about here before it'll clash with that bar first. I wonder if there's anything I can do to get more range of motion. I guess if I was to lift this up slightly, it'd give me more. Maybe I'll play with that. So I was to take this up to 210. Yeah, so it gives us quite a bit more. It'd be cool if the hammer would come down low enough that I can hit opponents behind me as well. If I'm getting launched up, I don't really want to land on these. I might put a little bump on there, some little bunny ears. That's quite cool. Our hammer changes our centre of gravity quite drastically. See that? Bounces around from like there to there. Right, I'm going to do some sketching. Done a bit more outlining for the weapon and I've got it to the point where I'm happy to take it into CAD now. I've outlined 2 weapons here. So this is our spinner module, it's kind of mixed in. This is our hammer one. Let's start with this one because it's simpler. So this is kind of the signature weapon of the robot really. It's this this laser lance, I'm calling it, because it's not really a hammer. It's a bunch of interconnecting laser cut parts here. A piece of tube, so just a piece of a mild steel tube or structural tube. Some bits going down the main shaft which will catch the light, so I'm thinking probably in stainless steel. This bit here, this would be a turn bit, so that's relatively simple. This is turn just to get it all located concentric. The tube is what we fill up with the ball bearings, and then yeah, this laser cut feature, which that'll just be a lot of design hours, but it's the time we spend in design will save a whole lot of time in manufacture. I also might do one that kind of where the weapon shaft comes like this. I might do one that's kind of a bit longer as well, because sometimes it's just nice to have a little bit more reach. This one here is our spinner module. So what I want to do is, this is going to be the overall shape of it. It's going to be a UHMW body where we're going to bury our Maytech motor, which will be here. And then the actual spinning component is this assembly here. So this is a bearing housing which is made up of 2 different interconnecting steel parts, and they're held together with some KM nuts and MB washers, and the taper locks basically hold everything together. So taper lock bearings can take a massive amount of force, and they're pretty good for this application. So I think we've got some dowel pins in here to take the load of the actual weapon impacts, some bolts to make sure everything's bolted together, and then a nice cover face which will just keep everything flat so that there's no edges to catch on the inside. And then this is our bar here. If you know engineering, that will make sense to you, and if you don't, then we're going to model it now anyway, so don't worry. Kaboom! My computer crashed, so I went for a shower. But I've done the hammer, or the majority of the hammer. I'm going to do the spinner module now. Let's go! Getting there with this spinner attachment. It needs a bunch of detailing still. That's the concept there. So we've got the taper roller bearings, pre-tension with the KM nut there. The pulley is just kept in place with the tension of another KM nut up the top. So this is threaded all the way down to there. This end, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'll probably change out this shaft and then I'll probably thread the end and just use a bolt, nut. Got a little channel for the wires, put them through there. Oh, I just had a thought. I might have to have the speed controller up here, you know. Oh no, I gotta have the sensor. I don't know how long I can make the sensor wire. Just fill it up with foam. That should be okay. Yeah, what's that? It's 8:43 in the morning. So I worked all night, I guess. So this is it in context. I will have to put like a bottom limit on there, so I might just put a plastic bar through, because otherwise this can bottom out and it can actually damage my own wedge. Let's do that battery case quick then. Okay, this is where I'm at. I've got my alternative weapon on there. Basically, it's just detailed design, so going through and making it just look a little bit more polished and trying to get rid of it. At the moment, it just looks very blocky. So just trying to clean it up and make it look nice. Probably going to take a break now and come back to it in a few hours because I'm getting a bit sick of it. I didn't do my battery box as well. Maybe I'll do that.